Hi, good evening. I'm going to basically tell you tonight about how I started drinking in the first place. To be fair, I did dabble with drink when I was about 13 or 14, as did a lot of my friends at school. We had a little experiment now and again with a few bottles of cider. My parents at the time also used to brew home brewed lager. So I was a little bit older, 15, 16, when they used to go on holiday. I was perfectly okay to be left alone. And I used to have the odd bottle from the warehouse we had, cold, crisp, very strong lager. We didn't realise how strong it was at the time. I had a few friends round, and I soon realised I had quite a tolerance for this sort of alcohol. Progressing from there, 16, 17, we started to go to local pubs, and I played in a band. And obviously, the band toured a little bit around the local area, and we drank before the gigs, during the gigs, and after the gigs. And it became a bit of a habit, to be fair. However, I was still very fit, and it didn't interfere with any work that I did or anything. When I was 21, I joined the police service, passed the fitness test, and didn't drink a lot in the initial sort of few months of recruitment and training. However, as I got settled into it, I realised that it became really part of the culture of the job I was in to drink. It didn't matter what shift you were on, there was always a reason to have a drink. After early turn, late turn, night duty, and we used to mix with doctors, nurses, fire service, anything was on shift work really. Um, and so I met people who could drink a lot more than me, and it didn't seem to have a massive effect on me. I don't know whether it's because I built up a tolerance or just didn't have a real impact on my life at the time. I was never really drunk. I never felt drunk or out of control. But I know I was drinking too much. It became a daily habit. And so when I was off duty, around the 2 or 3 days off at the time, I used to go to the pub earlier and earlier in the day. So sometimes I'd be there at 11 o'clock. But I managed to settle it down a little bit, cut down slightly until I went back to work again. But I always found I was having a drink every day, whether I bought a few cans of beer or went to the pub or I went out for a meal with my partner. I used to have a little drink in the restaurant, but I never drank anything else other than lager. And a lot of people ask me, how did I get in such a mess? Because a lot of people assume that when you become addicted to alcohol, you drink spirits, gin, vodka, rum, whatever it is. And mine was purely lager. And as it progressed, it became a habit. And that's the thing, if it becomes a habit, then you certainly don't feel that it's a problem because it's so socially acceptable that nobody bats an eyelid really. And then the odd time a partner would say, you're drinking a bit too much or you're looking tired today. But I was still young and fit enough to sort of carry that on. And it wasn't until I was about maybe mid-20s I started to get a little bit of hangover now and again. Even at that quite young age, I realised I had a bit of a problem. So I decided then to cut down a little bit and try and fill my spare time with something else. So I got fit again, but I still was having a drink after that. So it never really stopped. So it was never fully under my control. And that took me up to about the age of 27, 28. Then I moved to another police station, which was near central London. And so it was Disney World for me, as far as pubs and things are concerned. And things then spiraled out of control, really. But as I said before, don't assume that just because you're drinking lager, you're going to be all right. There's 95% water. It all contains ethanol, which is obviously the poison which can damage the liver, the kidneys, and raise your blood pressure. That's another thing. It's another big killer within alcoholic community. High blood pressure, strokes, heart attacks, all this sort of thing. However, there is a way out of it, and I proved that myself because I was ill with this addiction. And 5 years ago, I managed to get myself onto a track of getting myself well again. I'll post some photographs of how ill I was, how ill I looked, and how I progressed from then. with a good diet, a lot of self-discipline, being healthy, a good partner recently who supported me through all this, and I just feel 100% better, 1,000% better, and I've never felt as good in all my life because my drinking started at such a young age. I never really had a long spell off it. However, I'll be posting some more very soon. If you'd like to put any comments in or like and share or subscribe to the channel, I'd be most grateful. I'll speak to you very soon.